Hello and welcome back to Champions and Beyond. So, life's been a bit hectic recently, but we've got a new mic, so we're going to give this a whirl. And it's about time we got round to actually getting on camera a solo playthrough with some of the newer heroes. So in this one, we're going to take Jubilee out for a quick stretch. I have played Jubilee in multiplayer a couple of times so far, so we'll see how she gets on in solo, and I'll give some thoughts at the end of the video. But this is just her precon deck, and we are going up against Taskmaster. So instead of Taskmaster down heroes, we're going to have him hunting down mutants. And as we know, Jubilee's origin story, she hid away and lived inside a mall for several years. So, who better to find her hiding in the mall than Taskmaster himself? So, we're just having a quick solo game. So, as you see, I've just shuffled up Taskmaster's deck. I've just shuffled up our encounter deck. I've got over here to one side the captive allies in case we get round to any of that. And let's check our opening hand. So, Firecracker, Chamber, 2 Firecrackers, which we could pay for. We could pay for it and stun him. Coat is the thwarty one, isn't it? So I think we're going to keep hold of the coat, and we're going to keep hold of a Firecracker. We're going to mulligan 3. Okay. Are they different? They're both wild, so they count as different. So I might hold on to a double. So first of all, we're going to do our action. We're going to go and search for not Generation X. Is it the Mutants at the mall? No, Shopping Spree. Side scheme. We're going to put that into play. So that comes in with 2 threat on it. What we'll do is we're going to flip up. We're going to spend 2 to play Jubilee's coat. Going to thwart for 2 off of Hydra Patrol. Now we have to go and get a minion and put it into play. So we want to avoid those guards. It's obviously going to be the little Hydra regular. Or Bob. Bob as we know him. So he will come out. We will then spend 2 to do a Firecracker. So we are going to deal 4 damage. Oh, when we flipped up, we should have taken 1 damage. but we deal 4, so bringing him down to 9 and stunning him. Let's keep that up. And draw back up. Okay, so we can always put disguise in. We could do 3 steps ahead next turn. I'd like to be able to get rid of the maybe could put sync in and the disguise. So yeah, we've got a couple of things we could do. So we're going to add 1 onto the main scheme. We're going to do the forced response. We're going to add 1 threat on. So we're going to take that to 3. He would attack us, but he's stunned. We're going to take 2 from the Hydra regular, bringing us back down to 6. We get our encounter card, which is Hunted by Hydra. Insight 1, and discards 1 card at random from their hand. Right, down to 5. We have that extra threat on, and that's going to completely change what we were going to do. So what is it we're going to lose? We're going to lose 3 steps ahead. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend our double to play the cell phone. We're going to use sync to play in disguise. We're going to use the cell phone and pick ourselves. We're going to now attack for 2 and take out the regular. We're then going to flip down. Five and 6. Okay. So let's ready back up. We're going to add 1 threat on. So unfortunately, we are already up to 5, but we hope we can deal with that. He's going to scheme for 1, 2. So we're up to 7 on the main. Sorry, just checking the mic's still working. But yeah, 7 on the main. We're going to get an encounter card, which is a Hydra Soldier. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to exhaust and exhaust disguise to get rid of shopping spree. And we are going to go and grab the sunglasses. So We do want to play the X gene, so I think while we are down, we're going to use a multi-talented to play the X gene. We're then going to flip up. We're already exhausted. So we are going to spend Power of Justice and a mental to do 3 steps ahead. So we're going to use the Power of Justice as a lightning and as a fist. So for each different resource type you paid, you used to pay for this card, choose a scheme and remove 2 threat from it. So we remove 6 and then we use our coat to clear up all of the threat off of the main scheme. Now when we flip up, we take 3 damage. Which I think then kills us. I've got a decent build out there. Yeah, because even if we defend against Taskmaster and take no damage, the soldier will then attack us and kill us. That was rough. Let's have one more go.
A few moments later.
Let's draw our opening hand. Six. Now, her action only allows us to search the deck, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think we're going to get rid of both of those. We're going to keep hold of Flash of Light. We're going to keep hold of Shopping Spree. Right. So we're going to put Shopping Spree out. That's going to come in with 2 threat. We're going to flip up. We take 2 damage. We're going to spend 2 to do a Flash of Light. We're going to take out the Hydra Patrol, bringing in our friend Bob. There he is, Bob the Hydra regular. Now, we paid for Flashlight with 2 different resources, so we do get Fuse, Taskmaster. We're then going to use Firecracker, and again, we're going to pay for it with a Fist and a Mental, so 2 different resources. And we're going to hit him for 4. Down to 9. And stun him. We're then going to punch for 1 on the regular. And that will end our turn. So, 5 cards. What are we going to get this time? Another Firecracker. I've got the X gene. Unlikely Duo is quite frankly useless at the minute. So, okay. We're going to add one threat on. I think it is one, yeah. Add one threat on, and then we're going to add another threat rather than taking the damage. So up to 3 on the main. He would attack us, but he's stunned. We're going to take the hit from the Hydra regular, taking us down to 5. We get an encounter card, which is Weapon Master. The villain's going to attack, so he's going to attack for 2. We're going to have to block this one. Attacks us for 5, so we're all the way down to 2. Ooh. That was not pleasant. So we're going to spend a double, and it's the 2 different, to do another Firecracker. Bring him down from 9 down to 5. We are going to stun him again. We are going to have to flip down this turn. We'll use Unlikely Duo to pay for an X-Gene. We are going to throw our other X-Gene. And hopefully find not any of that. Definitely not any of that. Right, we're going to add 1 threat on He is Confused. And then we add 1 threat for the Hydra regular, so we go up to 5. We get our encounter card, which is Captured by Hydra. 5 threat on it. So we need to heal, I think. What can we do? We can put Chamber in. This is a very expensive hand that doesn't really help us out any. Right, we have to heal for 3. Get back up to 5. I think we're going to have to stay down a turn as well. So we can pay 3 to bring Sink in. And Sink is going to attack Bob for 1, taking him out. So at least that's done with. We're going to keep Chamber. Although maybe we play Wolverine instead of Chamber next turn. Choices. Right, let's really back up. That's if we even survive this. So we had 1, 2 on, so we're up to 7. He's then going to scheme for 1, 2. So We're up to 9. We get an encounter card, which is Concussion Grenade. We are confused. And we place 1 threat on the main, so we're up to 10. Right, I think it's going to have to be Chamber. So we're going to use a disguise to play a disguise. That isn't a thwart, so we're going to exhaust ourselves and disguise to take 2 off the main. Bring that down to 8. We are going to flip up and take no damage. That was much better. We will then spend 4 to bring in Chamber, including the Power of Justice. Chamber and Sink are both going to thwart, I think. And we are going to take 3 off of Captured by Hydra. I should have put one of these underneath. So let's ready back up. 5 cards. Oh, okay. I think we can do that. So, no, we're not going to be able to, are we? Because it cancelled that. Never mind. Let's get on. So, we're going to add 2 threat on. So, we're going to go back up to 10. He would attack us, but he is stunned. And we added the 2nd threat on because of the forced response, as I said before. Our bad card is Photographic Reflexes. When a player attacks Taskmaster, prevent all that damage and deal an equal amount of damage to that player's identity instead. Okay, alright, we can deal with that. And we'll do that first, actually. We will use Sink to punch for 1. We'll get rid of that. We take 1 damage in return. We will use Chamber to remove the last 2 threat off of this one. We'll remove that from the game. And we get Moon Knight into our hand. Moon Knight needs to be paid for with a wild, which we most certainly we definitely can do. So let's use Power of Justice when we play Moon Knight. Spend that and draw 2 cards. So does that change a lot of what we want to do? So I would need to do that to be able to get the healing. And then we could still remove. So we are going to thwart and get rid of the confuse. We're going to use Moon Knight to remove 2 threat from the main. Where have all the 3s gone? There. Always get buried. Right. So we're going to do Flash of Light. We're not paying with 2 different resources because we don't have... Oh, no, hang on. We can if we hold a waylay because we can use the X gene. So we can Flash of Light. Remove 3 threat. And confuse. Oh, so much more satisfying. We are going to lose the sunglasses though. So we're going to do multi-talented. So attack and thwart, if you paid for this using at least 1. And we're using the wild as the lightning. So we're paying with all 3 types. So we get to deal 2 damage, remove 2 threat, and heal 2 damage. So we go back up to 6. He goes down to 3. And we can remove 2 threat, and that is a thwart. So take the main back down to 3. Right, I think we're going to get rid of Waylay, and we're going to flip down. 6 cards. Okay. So let's ready everyone back up. We're going to add 1 threat onto the main. Back up to 4. We're a lot more stable this turn. He would scheme, but he's confused. We are going to get a bad card, which is Weapon Master. The villain schemes, so he's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. That is another captured side scheme gone. So 5, 6, 7 threat back on. Ooh. So let's use disguise to clear off shopping spree. We will get the coat. We do want to do flash of light when we flip up. So we need to pay for that. And the X gene, I should have readied those. So that and the X gene, what can we then do? I think we're going to do another multi-talented, and we're going to keep hold of the coat. Right, so we're going to flip up. We're going to take 3 damage. That one hurt. Taking us back down to 3. Moonlight is going to thwart for 2. Off of the main scheme. We're going to use the X gene and disguise to do a flash of light. We've used 2 different resource types, so we get to confuse the enemy when we remove 3 threat. Which now means that Chamber can attack and take no consequential damage. He is down to 1. Now, we have a mental and 2 wilds, so we're going to spend those obviously as the 3 different types. We're going to remove 2 threat from a scheme. We're going to bring everything down to 0. We're going to heal 2 damage, so got to 5. And we are going to knock stage 1 of Taskmaster out. So we get an encounter card. That is exactly the same. He comes in with 16. Still confused. We've done all of that one. We're going to keep hold of the cloak. We're going to have 3 encounter cards this turn, so that's the only real downside. So we draw those 2. And another 2 on top. So we decked out. We get a second encounter card. Now we're going to add 2 threat on rather than take the damage. And Moonlight is going to jump in the way of this attack. So he's going to attack for 3. Thank you very much, Mr. Moonlight. We get 3 encounter cards. So the first one is Taskmaster Shield. Exhaust and spend those 2 to discard, and he gets his Retaliate 1. Our second one is a Combat Knife, +1 attack. And our third one is Photographic Reflexes again. So all of that is very annoying. So what can we actually... That is an attack. That would do 2 damage back to us. Perhaps we don't care that much about that. Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, and we take a attack. Yeah, no, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to spend the wild as a fist. We have a lightning and a mental to do multi-talented again. We're going to heal 2, but then we attack for 2, which will trigger photographic reflexes. get rid of that and deal 2 back to us. So the 2 that we healed, we lose, and then we lose 1 for retaliate. We do get to remove 2 threat. Now we're going to flip down and heal, I think. We've still got the coat. So on 7, and we can now search our deck for the shopping spree and put that into play. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I will say I'm not overly enamoured with any of them, although we might be able to get rid of both of these attachments. So that could be worthwhile more than anything. We didn't end up getting to stun him either, which is slightly disappointing. But we survived that big 3 encounter card turn, so that's the main thing. We're going to add 1 threat on. We're in alter ego, so we don't have to do the other response. He would scheme, but he is confused. We're going to get an encounter card, which is Shadows of the Past. So this is actually the first time I've seen Nanny. So toughness. Okay. So, but how many different resources do we have? We have wild, we have mental, we have physical, and that is it. So it's going to have 5 threat on it. They are going to get shuffled in. And Nanny has tough. So I'm going to lose the coat again, aren't I? If I want to do both of these, I might have to do that to get rid of Nanny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the disguise to get rid of this. It goes to us. And we're just going to grab a cell phone because we're just doing it to be able to pay for what we can. We're not even going to be able to. That's just going to get rid of the tough. Oh, damn. All right, we need to do this anyway. So we're going to flip up. We're going to take 2 damage. Down to 5. we're going to spend 3. So a mental, and then the power of justice as a physical and as a energy. To do 3 steps ahead and just clear out the crisis side scheme. So that is at least something. We're then going to spend the 2 wilds and a lightning to do multi-talented. So we're going to heal 2, back up to 7. We're going to remove 2 threat, but there's only 1 threat. Yeah, remove 2 threat, but there's only 1 threat, and we're going to attack Nanny and knock off her tough. And we're just going to take an attack from her this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to keep Chamber as a blocker. We do have Firecracker. Yeah. So first of all, we're going to add 2 threat onto the main. He's going to attack into Chamber for 2, 3, and take 1 damage. So Chamber is defeated. We're then going to take another damage from Nanny. I should have readied. We get an encounter card, which is Advance. So he's going to scheme for 2, 3, and we're going up to 5 on the main, which actually isn't that bad. Because what we're going to do is we're going to exhaust to generate a wild and use the X gene to do Firecracker to take out Nanny. We then have 2 fists and wilds for both of these. Oh no, for one of these I need to exhaust, don't we? We need to exhaust for that one. So we won't have generated. We will send Waylay. We'll then spend 2 and exhaust to get rid of his. Yeah, we have to exhaust to get rid of that one, and we're going to flip down. 5. Okay, so we have got the sunglasses this time. Right, I think I know what we're going to do. So, ready back up. We're going to add 1 threat on. He's then going to scheme for 2, 3. So, we got to 9. Now we've seen one advance. Assault, which surges. Lost Child. When revealed, attach the ally with the highest cost. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Hydra Soldier. Well, maybe we're not going to do what we were going to do. Oh, you gotta laugh. Right, we need to heal just in case. Up to 8. We then flip up and we take 1 damage. Down to 7. We aren't going to be able to take him out. Right, so we want to keep that one. Might put that one into play. In fact, let's put that to play first. With 3 threat on it. We want to keep the glasses, so can we... Yeah, so we have a Fist, a Lightning, and a Wild, which we'll spend as a mental to do a multi-talented. We're going to deal 2 damage to the Hydra Soldier. With 2 threat from here. And we are going to heal 2. Up to 9. So 5 cards. Okay, so we're up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to add 1 threat on and take 1 damage. Should have removed 2 off of that one, really. He's going to attack me for 2, 3, 4. And then the Hydra Soldier attacks for 2. Taking us all the way down to 2. We're getting a count card, which is Lost Child, which surges into a Hydra Hunter. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. Yeah, I think that is it. We're done because... oh no, hang on, I shouldn't be exhausted, should I? Should I? Did I do anything to be exhausted? No, we should be okay. Okay, so I should be okay then. So we'll spend 2 to do Jubilee sunglasses. We are going to thwart this side scheme, so into the victory display. We get to search for an event, so we're going to pick Firecracker. We're going to spend a flash of light and the X gene to do a Firecracker. Deal 4 damage, so we'll take out this guy. We exhaust the sunglasses to deal 2 damage, take out the soldier. We get a face down encounter card. We'll spend these 2 to get rid of his attachment. We can't flip down. And to be perfectly honest, even though we've done all that, we might be a little bit too close to the end. So we add 1 on, we have to take 1 damage. I know she hasn't got any dense stuff, but let's draw up our hand. He is going to attack, we're going to have to defend. So for 2 and only 2, we take no damage, we're still on 1. I don't know how the hell we managed that. Caught off guard, we'll lose disguise. And another Hydra soldier. Cut the head off 1 and another will take its place. And that is perfect. So that is for the attack one, so we're not going to be able to trigger that this turn, but never mind. We're spending 3 different resources to do 3 steps ahead, removing 6 threat from the main scheme. We will then spend the X gene and the blinding flash to do a flash of light, removing an additional 3, and confusing. This will allow us to flip down and hopefully heal next turn. 5, we do, however, get another encounter card. If we're very lucky, we'll see Moonlight straight away. So, and we get multi-talented. It's ready back up. So what did we actually get? Self-aim flash of light, some doubles, well, a double. Yeah, we've got a couple of different options. So, what we're going to do, we're going to add 1 threat on, so we go back up to 3. He would scheme, but he's confused. This guy is going to ping 1 back on. We are going to get 2 encounter cards. So the first one is Battle Suit. Okay, so the Hydra soldier has a battle suit. And then we do get captured by Hydra. So to the point I haven't been tracking those, I think we must still have one in the bottom two, because I only remember discarding one. Maybe. So we are going to have to heal. And flip up. We take 2 damage. So we are going to do a wild, a mental, and a physical to do a multi-talented. So obviously the wild is going to be a lightning. So that deals 2 damage. We're going to exhaust the sunglasses and deal an extra 3 damage. So that's up to 5. We're going to heal 2. Back up to 4. And we're going to remove 2 threat from here. We're then going to use the X gene and the cell phone to do a flash of light, getting rid of this one. So that one leaves the game. We get Electra. That's nice. Now we do confuse him as well. We'll spend the wild as a fist as Electra comes in and take out this guy, which will get us a face down encounter card, which we think might be the other for a shuffle, since we could have actually looked. We got one there. This one should be the other side scheme. Which is fantastic. Right. So shuffle that, we get an acceleration token. Electra will then punch for 3, bringing him from 16 down to 13. And she takes consequential damage. So that took a long time. We looked like we were out. We looked like we were out of it. 5 cards. So let's ready back up. We're going to add 2, 3. We're going to add the 3 threat on. So 3 up to 7. We get 2 encounter cards. So our first one is captured by Hydra. So we get that one in there. 5 threat. Our next card is Taskmaster's Training Camp. That has 2 threat on it. So we're going to keep Chamber. Yeah. We're going to spend a wild as a fist, a mental, and a lightning to do another multi-talented. We're going to heal 2. Did I not do the attack? You know what? I didn't do the attack because I was going to defend. This would have been the attack boost. Then I would have got another bad card. So let's just hold on. So that would have taken me down from 4 down to 1. Okay, our other encounter card is Concussive Grenade. You are stunned. Deal 1 damage to your hero. So that ends it. Oh, that is disappointing. Right. Well, that was a lot closer. I felt like we were really on the push there. We were going to deal 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. He would have been on 5. We would have flipped down with him confused. Oh, that was so close. That's so frustrating. Oh. How's this one? So this is just over an hour. Let's have one more go.
1 eternity later.
Right, opening hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep those 2. Let's keep a disguise. Let's get rid of these. Three more. So we'll do our ability and we will search for shopping spree. There it is. I think what we're going to do is going to spend 1 for a disguise. We're going to spend 2 for the glasses. We're going to exhaust ourself and the disguise to clear the 2 off of shopping spree, which will let us get the cloak. So, and I think we're going to stay down this time. So that was probably worth the risk at this early stage. We've got much better setup than we have in either of the past 2 games. So first of all, we're going to add 1 threat onto the main. He is going to scheme for 1, just 1, and we lose an advance. So always happy to see that go. Bad card is a Hydra Soldier though. So we should have drawn up. So, right, let's put in the cloak to begin with, using a double. We're going to exhaust again and exhaust disguise to get rid of Hydra Patrol. That is going to get us a regular. Glad I didn't flip up first. We would have lost a we would have lost one of the side schemes. When we do flip up, we only take 1 damage. We will spend 2. It doesn't matter that it's the same resource because we just want to deal the damage here. To do Firecracker, we're going to hit the soldier. Deal us a face down counter card. We trigger the glasses, which will take out the regular. We're going to keep a double in hand. Right, we're going to add 2 threat onto the main. So we're going to go up to 5. He is going to attack us. Should ready. We're going to take this one for 4. Taking us down to 4. We get 2 encounter cards. Our first one is Mimicry. Discard the top 5 cards. If an attack card is discarded this way, Taskmaster attacks. Grand Finale is an attack. Firecracker is an attack. Damn. Okay, so he's going to attack us. We're going to have to defend this one. Attacks us for 2/3. We take 1. Our second encounter card is Grounded. Okay. So we are well and truly grounded. Lovely. Well, that's upsetting. What was it we needed to do with this? You must spend 2 resources of the same type. So I can flipping up could kill me now. I wanted to flip down and heal. I shouldn't have to have exhausted, should I? Oh, yeah, no, I defended. So I did have to exhaust. Oh. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to flip up and take 3 damage. That's it. Right. Okay, so not so successful there. As I've said before, or as I said at the beginning of this video, I played Jubilee a couple of times in multiplayer, and I actually think she's a lot of fun in multiplayer. These were my first games of her in solo, though, and who knows, maybe I didn't pick the easiest matchup for her, but I do think Taskmaster, and with her backstory, I think it could kind of fit together. I know it's not completely canon, but you wouldn't be too surprised if it was if it had happened somewhere in Marvel's history. So I think it was a fun matchup in that regards. And I do think we were very unlucky on that second turn. If I'd have been a little bit less honest and just used the top card of the encounter deck as the boost card, then we would have actually finished that game pretty well. But there you go. Too much honesty there. That's on me. No, in all fairness, we try and play it as honestly as we can. That one, we just got unlucky. Getting grounded at that point meant we had nothing in our hand that we could do in Alter Ego. It would have just been a completely wasted turn. We had to try and flip up, and just the boost card killed us. The ideal plan was to stay up, confuse him with Flash of Light before flipping down. So that was the ideal play. So that would have confused him. That would have cleared all the threat off the main. And then we were exhausted, so we couldn't have healed. But yeah, that's how these things go, unfortunately. So, right, well, thank you very much for watching. This has actually been a long video. That was 3 plays there trying to get Jubilee working. So overall with Jubilee, going back to it, kind of a bit like a scattergun approach here. But overall, I actually think Jubilee is better than I gave her credit for when I first saw the reveal article. Now, I don't think she's amazing, but I did set the bar very low for her. So she is a pleasant surprise, and I think I would have to try and build something for her myself, and try and see if we can get her flowing a little bit easier. It's not even that I dislike Justice. I think Justice works quite well for her. I don't know. Maybe aggression. Maybe we go with an aggression deck and see how she does with that. But we shall see. Right. Until next time. Happy gaming.